Hey everybody, this is Joe over at S17, and today I'm going to cover how to do some basic fills with the S17 Rhinestone Maker Macro. So in the first couple of videos, if you watch those, I just talked about this is where you choose your basic size. I talked about choosing the color. I talked about applying stones to a basic outline and breaking shapes. So in this one, we're going to talk about fills. So let's just start with something like a circle, just to show you how I said get the concept of how this works. So before you saw that you click on this and you apply stones and it puts stones around it. Okay, that's great. So I'm going to undo that. So if you create a contour, the way we do a fill is we contour in to get an island fill. The concept is apply stones to this circle, contour in, apply stones to that circle, keep on contouring in until we get smaller and smaller and smaller. So we're just going to automate that process. So we click the create contour, and it contours all the way in. And then the next thing you do is you highlight it and you apply stones. And you'll see that does that. And then same thing, go select it all and clear blend path. And that's it. It's ready to go. So that's what we call an island fill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And the same thing would happen with a square. Let's take like a 4-inch square. And then let's create the contour. And let's do SS10s. Create the contour. And then what happens is sometimes you don't even want the smallest one because you can't really put enough stones around there. But you can delete it or leave it in there. It's up to you. And I want to show you two different things that's going to happen. I'm going to make a copy of this just so you can see the difference. I'm going to take this guy and simply apply the stones to it. Okay, and what I wanted to show you is that see how it's kind of weird looking because stones are not on the exact corners, but it's okay, we'll leave it that way. This one I'm going to highlight and I'm going to break the shape like we did in the other video. And then I'm going to highlight it again and apply the stones. Okay, now you can see there's a difference. This one's very even, very symmetrical, while this one's got these rounded edges that you could still go in here and play around with. You can hit this up and down here and add stones, remove stones, till you get the way you like. But then you have to go to the next contour and do the same thing and kind of adjust it. So this way is a little bit quicker. But what we still have to do is highlight it all, and we can do these both at the same time. We can highlight them both and say clear the path, which it does. Now on this guy, you're going to have stones that are close. Now I want to show you. Let's do this one first. Let's say only check overlap stones. It's going to check overlap stones, and it says, hey, it found a bunch. It says, do you want to delete them? Yes. So now there's no more overlapping stones. It doesn't mean that they're not close, it just means they're not exactly overlapping. Let's do the same thing on this guy. It didn't find any. Even though there are some slightly overlapping ones, there's no exact overlapping. Now if I uncheck that and say, hey, just show me how many are close to each other, now watch what happens when I uncheck that. It's going to find a bunch of them. It says, hey, I found all these red ones that are closer than a certain specification that we automatically chose for you. It's saying, hey, these are too close. What do you want to do? I don't want to delete them. The reason I give this choice is if I delete them, I'll just show you. If I delete them, they're all gone. There's plenty. Now you have to go back and replace and fix all that stuff. But if I choose not to delete them, let's do the same thing. Let's see, there we go. It says, hey, so I'm going to say this, I'm going to say no. This means you can go in there and fix what you want. Like, hey, you know, these ones, maybe these need to get moved over a little bit. Maybe this guy needs to get moved over. So you can go in there and fix it while it's red, because you just want to know which ones are too close or which ones are touching. So you can go there and fix them, adjust them if you want, and then when you're done, you can, of course, highlight it and make them all black. Then they're all the same again. I mean, after you fix them. So that's what the check overlap is going to do. It's going to find ones that are too close. So let's take a small section like this, just so I can show you, and say check overlap. It says, hey, there's no red ones, so let's not worry about it. But if I move this guy too close and grab them and did the same thing, check overlap, it says, hey, these two guys are too close. I don't really, like I said, I don't want, if I hit yes, it'll delete them. If I hit no, I could just go in there and fix them and put them black again. So anyways, that's what the contour does, and that's how you do a fill. So I'll do it one more time. I'll do it with a polygon shape. Take this contour. For me, I don't want the center. I'll put stones in there if I want them. And then you can apply your stones. Oops, sorry, back up. I want to break it apart because I want it to be nice and smooth on the corner. So I want to break the shape, highlight it again, apply the stones, highlight it once more, clear the path, and the last thing I want to do is check for exact overlapping stones and say yes, I want to delete them all, and there you go. So that's a quick way to do an island fill. Of course, I could let that smaller one in there and did that one as well, or I can add other stones or whatever I want to do. And if you have questions like, hey, what if I only want to contour in 2 or 3, I'll show you that in another video once we get to the advanced section. So like I said, I just want these videos to be kind of like a step-by-step of some things, what kind of each button does. So anyways, on the next video we'll kind of go to some of the advanced stuff.